Okay, let's get this started. That time of year again, we got the next two Arcanas. So, we have the one for Arsenal Gunner and Forbidden Alchemist. The one I want to be leveling first was our Forbidden Alchemist. So I'll do Arsenal Gunner first. Ah, it looks like you're more than worthy to walk the path of the Arsenal Gunner. It just so happens that I've discovered someone whose skills are an excellent match for this Arcana as well. So how about it? Would you like to learn the particulars of the Arsenal Gunner talent? Very well, I shall assist you in obtaining the Arsenal Gunner Arcana talent, an endeavor in which I have no doubt you'll find great success. Cry of the Jet Black Gunshot. Welcome. I believe I found an individual who would be worth assessing for membership in the Arcana Association. It's good you came along when you did. I wanted to share the news with you as soon as I could. Assessment? Membership? Indeed, things look quite promising. I never imagined I'd be able to find such a talent right in our own backyard. In the course of attending the regular academic council meetings here in the castle, I happened to meet a scholar who seemed to have an interest in the Arcana Association and the research we've been doing here. In fact, this fellow, a representative from the Royal Society of Alchemy, even sought me out after the meeting had adjourned, asking me if I could tell him more about Arcana. His name is Mikhail. Mikhail? I think it's Mikhail. It didn't seem to me like he manifested Arcana, but for someone from one of the Royal Societies to take an active interest in our work, well, that was certainly a pleasant first. As we talked, I told him that even if he didn't possess an Arcana himself, I'd be glad to have him on in a research capacity. After all, whether or not he has the same kind of inborn as our other members, I'd certainly welcome a scientific mind that could aid us in developing a better understanding of the capabilities of Arcana and how they might be used. Ask how it went. You asked Leor if Mikhail agreed to join the Arcana Association. Leor remains quiet for a bit, shuffling and straightening several stacks of papers on his desk before continuing. Well, it sounded like he had a lot going on right now, understandable for a man in his position. After I'd explained the basis of Arcana to him, his reply was something like, I'll have to give it some more thought. It's taken me a long time to work up to where I'm at now, and rocking the boat is kind of... In other words, precisely the kind of answer one would give when they don't know how to say no. The thing is, up until around a month ago, the research updates were delivered by a different representative from the Royal Society of Alchemy. The impression I got was that Mikhail was a researcher who hadn't yet built up notable prestige, but for some reason, volunteered or was chosen to fill the role on short notice. And yet, I could see the glimmer of passion in his eyes as we spoke. So I tried to win him over to our side by telling him the Arcana Association's research is both groundbreaking and freeform, a place where he'd get to choose what he wants to delve into. But by that point, we were being shooed out of the room, so we parted ways without him giving a conclusive answer. What do you think? Should I take another shot at recruiting Mikhail, or am I barking up the wrong tree entirely? Lay it on thick. What? More members would be a good thing, right? In that case, it'd be better not to hesitate. Given this opportunity, you tell Leor to meet with Mikhail again and really try to win him over to joining the Arcana Association. I think you and I are in agreement on that. Honestly, if I had another chance to tell him, tell him more about what we do here, I don't think it'd take all that much to convince Mikhail to join us. Ever since that day, I've sensed someone lingering just on the other side of our door. In fact, more than a couple times when I've gone into the Great Hall, I've seen him sort of loitering around. Leor gives you a confident smile. As a matter of fact, today offers a perfect opportunity to give him that firm yet gentle nudge in our direction. How would you like to meet Mikhail in person? Come with me, I'll tell you more out in the hall. There exits the Arcana Association room with the gait of a man who's concocting a plan. Go find him in the Great Hall to continue the conversation. With regard to what I was saying earlier, there is actually a meeting scheduled today. The monthly session where members from the kingdom's academic societies and associations deliver reports on their recent discoveries, activities, challenges, and so on. Typically, I'm the only representative from our association who goes, as I think most of our members would find it a rather dry affair. That said, it's not uncommon for several members of an academic society to attend. And as our founding member, I think that's more than enough reason for you to come to the meeting with me today. It's the perfect opportunity to meet Mikhail. I heard the Royal Society of Alchemy has been busy with something lately. Whatever it is, it sounded like a majority of their members are out or on site elsewhere, so Mikhail has been delivering reports recently. I'm almost certain he'll be there today as well. If you were to show up, your presence might do enough to impress Mikhail that he'd commit to joining the Arcana Association right then and there. Excellent, let's head in and get seated before they start. All seated? Ah, there he is. That's Mikhail, right across the table from me. If I'm not mistaken, the bags under his eyes are even darker today than when I last saw him. It's almost as though he's chronically sleep-deprived. Oh my gosh, he's like us. May I have your attention, everyone? Oh, you're here as well, Isolt? You must be attending as a member of the Arcana Association, then. Excellent timing on our part. It seems they're just starting. No. Excellent timing on our part. It seems they're just starting. You may find the proceedings a bit dull, but just bear with it. Wait. Can I... No, it won't let me. I accidentally skipped. Oh well. Blah 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 blah. You bet they don't do anything. Oh, it's finally Mikhail's turn. Just our luck. The Alchemy Society was presenting last today. Just our luck. The Alchemy Society was presenting last today. Greetings, everyone. I'm here to deliver the monthly report on behalf of the Royal Society of Alchemy. And on the matter of the issue brought up at our last meeting, our scholars are giving it their full attention. Of the remaining issues that have been reported, 3 are currently assigned to the RSA. Once we're able to resolve the pressing issue of the theft of our research materials, the alchemists currently dealing with that problem will see to the backlogged request. From our ongoing research, we saw promising results with a reagent containing the following ingredient. So what do you think? He seems like he'd be worth assessing as a potential candidate, doesn't he? Admittedly, yes, he does seem like he's half asleep, but I have no doubts about his mastery of the alchemical arts. It would be prudent for the Royal Society of Alchemy to ensure the materials they use are well guarded against theft, and to bring any thieves to justice quickly. We can speak more of it later. I fear I must leave for the meeting I mentioned earlier. I'll see you all at our next assembly. And there she goes. Oh, what the heck? He's using black guns. They look different. Before I conclude, on one other matter of note. It looks like Mikhail will be finished presenting soon, and the meeting should adjourn after that. That'll be our chance to approach him and ask whether he'd be interested in joining the Arcana Association. Today will be my last day as a member of the Royal Society of Alchemy. I'd like to offer my thanks to everyone here for their continued support. I'm not sure who will be taking my place at these meetings, but I want you to know it's been a reasonably pleasant time. You're leaving? Out of the blue? Just like that? Was it too difficult to fit these meetings into your schedule? Are you being harassed by one of the higher-ups in the Alchemy Society? Goodness. No sooner has Her Majesty left the room than he announces the news. Young people these days certainly have a different way of going about things. I'm sorry, I just wanted to say goodbye to everyone before I left. I apologize for any trouble I might have caused. In any case... Oh, wait. Wait, are those the Dower guns? No, it's different. Might have caused. In any case, I'd best be going. Hey, where's you going? Get back here. How could I have anticipated this turn of events? This isn't good. If we lose track of him now, I have no idea when we might see him again. After him. Oh, just straight up out here. A lean young man with wild ash gray hair and a tired look stands before you. Shadows linger beneath his violet gaze, as if his eyes shoulder a burden unknown. His outwear and harness seem designed as much for a personal style as for protection. He clasps his wrists, struggling to find the right words. Yeah, what the heck? He's wearing such a different uniform now. My mind just went blank and I dashed out of there on adrenaline and instinct. Where's my alchemist's robe? Did it fly off as I was running? Let's poke him. Ark! Mikhail flinches and turns around in surprise. Ah, hello, you're the Milesian I saw with Leor earlier, right? What brings you here? Hello, Mikhail. Leor here. From the Arcana Association. I didn't realize you recognized Eisenwald. Have the two of you met before? No, this is our first time meeting in person. I just assumed, based on the fact that Queen Irwin addressed you directly in the meeting. Did you two follow me? I guess I really did cause a scene back there, didn't I? Why did I do that? I have a question for you, Mikhail. If you don't mind, why are you leaving the Royal Society of Alchemy? When we last spoke, you mentioned how difficult it was just to get in, and cited that as a reason for your hesitation to join the Arcana Association. Well, when we spoke, you told me that the Arcana Association was a place where I could do what I truly wanted. That really stuck with me, you see. The Royal Society of Alchemy is a good place, but, truth be told, it isn't really where I wanted to be. Mind you, there are many members whose skill and knowledge far exceed my own, and it was a true honor to gain admittance, especially after all the effort I put in, but I found myself wondering how long I was going to stay there, doing that work instead of what I really wanted to do. The more I thought about it, the more I felt like for once in my life, I wanted to be brave, to take that chance. I'm sorry, I swear I don't usually ramble on like this with people I just met. It's quite alright. I'm glad you were forthcoming with an explanation. In truth, we'd come hoping to convince you to join the Arcana Association. But it sounds like we might not need to. As I said before, and as I'm happy to know you remembered, the doors of the Arcana Association are always open to you. Yeah, they're always open to you. I'd love to offer you a full-time position as a researcher. The scope of your study is broad and includes how Arcana might be awakened in those who haven't come to manifest them organically. To be clear, when you say Arcana, you're talking about stabilizing the disparate energies of two different talents, allowing each to empower the other, with the hybridized result exhibiting a greater power than each of the talents would independently. Is that understanding correct? You're exactly right, and I fully believe you can harness that power for yourself if you start training now. Well, not to jump the gun, but I think I can already do what you're describing. I beg your pardon? Oh, god dang it. Hearing you say it so matter-of-factly, I find myself believing he really can. I had a certain feeling I couldn't put my finger on. From the moment you showed an interest in the work we've been doing. This is truly more than I could have hoped for, and all the more reason you should join us. Given your current position, I'd assume one of the talents you harness is alchemy. We don't presently have a proper alchemist among our members. Oh yeah, cause, what's his name, Leosh? His is Ranger and Alchemist. No, Archery and Alchemist. So having you as a member would... Oh, and he's technically not an alchemist of the Royal Alchemist Society. Yeah, it was supposed to be the... the guide. So having you as a member would open up several additional avenues to study for us. As it so happens, I've been working on developing a few crests that utilize alchemy. I didn't show them to you before since I didn't want to raise your expectations too high right at the outset. But if you'd like to take a look and perhaps try a few. Well... Michael looks flustered. Or Mikhail. First of all, thank you so much for preparing all these. I didn't think you would have already had this much prepared. The thing is, my weapon of choice isn't the typical alchemist cylinder. It's not? Then, I actually favor dual guns. Is that alright with you, Leor? Haha, well, today has certainly kept me on my toes in a fun way, of course. That should be fine. I've done research into the gunslinger talent and drawn up a few crisp for combinations based on my studies. They're all in a folder back on my desk in the Arcana Association room though. Let me go and grab them for you. Would you mind waiting here a moment? I shouldn't be away long, but feel free to chat in the meantime. Hurries off in a rush. Take this opportunity to speak with Mikhail while you wait. Let's see. Well, nice weather today, isn't it? Let's nod. Nod first. Mikhail seems to be struggling to find something to say. You give him one of your expertly trained nods, agreeing that the weather is pleasant. Oh, right. Yeah. It seems like that's all he could think of to talk about. I should have brought some candy or something. Little things like that really help break the ice, you know? When you're meeting someone for the first time. So, not that you'd be interested, but I feel really awkward when it's quiet around people I don't know, so... Would you mind if I told you a little about myself? Alright. To pass the time, you decide to listen to Mikhail as he tells you about himself. So, I don't typically attend the regular academic report meetings. I've been with the Royal Society of Alchemy for a while now, but I'm still one of the youngest there. It's typically one of the senior members who attends to deliver our reports and updates. But recently, some of the materials we ordered for experiments were stolen during transport, and the entire society. Yeah. Uh. Were stolen during transport, and the entire society went on high alert. Everyone's been running around chasing every lead they could in an attempt to track down our missing cargo. With all our senior members tied up in that mess, the duty of delivering a report somehow fell to me. That's when I met Leora and learned about the Arcana Association. Like I mentioned before, the Royal Society of Alchemy wasn't a dream job for me or anything like that. So when Leora said the Arcana Association was a place where I'd be able to pursue my own interests, it really stuck with me. Still, I put in so much work and taken so many risks to get where I am today. So I didn't have the courage to just walk away from my position. Not right away anyway. I've been agonizing over this for weeks now, day and night. I've lost so much sleep thinking about it. In fact, last night I didn't sleep at all. So this morning my head just felt completely empty, and somehow that appears to have bolstered my courage. I just did it, on impulse, back there in the meeting room. I announced I was leaving the Royal Society of Alchemy. Now, impulsive or not, it's not like I hadn't thought it through first, so I don't regret it. Honestly, I was more worried about whether the Arcana Association would even take me in. You can imagine the wave of relief that washed over me when Leora extended me such a warm welcome. Why were you so worried? You point out that since Mikhail said he's already capable of wielding the power of an Arcana, he would have almost been guaranteed membership in the association. Well, there's no particular reason really. I mean, I'm not hiding some grand plan to destroy the Arcana Association from Wayne or anything like that. It's just that, well, this might not matter much to some people, but others really hate it. Actually, no, just forget I said anything. Mikhail stammers and rambles like someone who caught himself just before oversharing with a stranger. Sorry to keep you waiting. Leora walks up to find Mikhail sweating bullets. Perfect timings. Let's see what Leora has to say. He wears a clean-pressed shirt and vest. His pale... blah blah blah. These quests are what I've sketched out so far for potential gunslinger-focused Arcana. I think I focused on channeling the secondary talent to augment and enhance the gun's firepower. As I was trying to refine the basic concept, I considered a variety of combinations, building them out to see how they might theoretically function. Do you have any thoughts on what might complement a gunslinger's marksmanship well? Oh, transmutation. Looking over these pairings you've drafted, that one caught my eye. Mikhail reaches into Leora's file of design concepts, each containing a variation of a crest depicting a handgun. Yes, something about this one really speaks to me. I think I'll be able to make good use of it. Look expectantly at Mikhail. You see Mikhail's eyes gleam with something you hope is confidence. I just realized I never introduced myself. Let me do so properly. I'm Mikhail. Firearms are my passion. I started with a pair of handguns, so that loadout feels the most natural to me. But I found there's something to love about all types of ordnance. Rifles, cannons, mortars... Wait, does that mean that there's actually this stuff in the Mabinogi world? I got this cannon. Wait, because there's technically... Because I guess cannon can be the basis of the... What is it? What's it called? It's been so long, hardly anyone ever uses it. The alchemy, the cylinder turret. If it uses a barrel to launch some kind of projectile, I'll gladly use it for all it's worth. Dual guns are the most widely used, due in part to broader commercial availability, but their range and accuracy fall short if you want to snipe a target from a longer distance. To solve that problem, I figured out how to supplement their firepower through the use of alchemical transmutation. Simply put, I can generate the right firearm for any situation in the blink of an eye, and fire it with greater force than most conventional munitions. What exactly do you mean by generate a firearm? Are you just attaching extra parts onto a pair of handguns? It'd probably be easiest to just show you. Wait, I don't know. What the? Oh, they're called Dark Rift Breakers. Oh my god. Amazing. I've never seen such a pair of guns able to do anything like what you're doing. How are you just transmuting them on the spot without the use of an oven or even an alchemical cylinder to catalyze the process? A keen observation. Altering an object's form or properties via transmutation does require heat. Fortunately for me, I'm always packing heat, quite literally. At the instant a mana bullet detonates, the explosive charge generates an intense burst of heat, enough that if you can stop that heat from dissipating, it can be used to transmute something around the size of a firearm into another form. Oh, so that's how he does it? Literally using the explosion of a mana bullet. As soon as the transmutation takes shape, the mana bullet's energy adapts to fit the form and output of the new firearm. That said, there's a significant loss of energy during the transmutation process that I haven't been able to solve yet, huh? Is something the matter? Well, normally, transmuting a firearm in the way I'm doing it is incredibly energy intensive, and all I have to draw on is the energy I generate from my own shots. Typically, I can only fire a few rounds from a transmutated firearm before its form destabilizes and returns to the base state. But when I did it with your Arcana crest just now, I was actually able to preserve and harness that energy much more effectively. It felt like I had more control over how long I maintained a transmuted state. A promising first showing, I'd say. Stabilizing the intertwining of energies from two different talents is the fundamental idea behind Arcana, really. And this crest was just the prototype. If it can improve its efficiency. Aha. Mikhail fiddles with his guns, his eyes light up, as if something just clicked. I think I could use it as ammo. Wait, are you telling me you could convert the residual energy left over from the transmutation process into bullets? They wouldn't be exactly like mana bullets, but yes, I can convert it into a type of high energy round. Would you mind if I give it a try? I'll test it with Fatal Scope. I haven't shown you that transmutation yet. Huh. What the hell? Why is that doing that? Use transmutation on your bullet, trace upon, then use Fatal Scope again. Oh wow, did that just do like 97,000? Just as I thought, I'm able to perform the transmutation and line up the shot even faster. With this crest, I think I could develop my skills well beyond what I've been able to achieve so far. This is incredible. No, I have to stay calm. Well, stay calm? Why? You're You're positively in your element right now. There is no need to hold back. Give it everything you've got. You really mean it? Well, then, yes. Let's really cut loose. I could even shape the guns into a form I've never tried before. Wait, can I not use the... Oh, there we go. You're a natural. You've done more than simply channel your skills through the Arcana crest. You adapted to suit your personal style and truly made it your own. I feel exceedingly fortunate we reached out to you when we did. Now then, why don't we all continue this conversation back in the association room? Mikhail, I'd be glad to hear how you'd like to proceed from here. Mikhail, is something wrong? Sorry, I just thought up an amazingly stylish move. I can't hold it in anymore. I've been holding all of this back for so long. Mikhail, is there something troubling you? Anything I might be able to help with? I closed my eyes and pulled the trigger. The bullet burst forth from the muzzle, guided along its path by justice itself. I beg your pardon? The road to judgment is a long and treacherous path. Grant me the strength to discern right from wrong. Oh no, is he like some... I confess, I have no idea what any of this is about. Gods above, I ask that you permit this rebellion against fate. Oh, instrument of death. Oh my god, is he being, like the Chunibyu? Deliver judgment to the wicked. Oh my god, he's being cringe. You've all got that look about you, like I just did something that caught you completely off guard. Sorry, I usually try to keep this stuff to myself. I guess since I didn't sleep at all last night, that part of my brain that normally keeps me from blurting out whatever I'm thinking wasn't doing its job. That's just sort of my thing, you know? Posing dramatically, spouting lines other people might find overdramatic, cheesy, or even cringeworthy. I practice alone, so I'm always doing it without really thinking about it. Oh, at least he's self-aware. Sorry for hiding it until now. If this is a deal breaker for joining the association, I totally understand. Mikhail hangs his head, clearly embarrassed. Let's just say that is okay. As far as you're concerned, yelling edgy incantations and one-liners isn't hurting anyone, so it's no big deal. You give Mikhail a casual nod, letting him know it's all good with you. Okay, I know people's level of tolerance for things like that would vary, so thanks for being so understanding. I'll try to tone it down a bit from now on. I got the sense you were trying to hide something, so I was wondering what it might be. You need to worry, we never deny someone membership because of something like this. If we rejected people for their personal quirks, colorful reactions, or just being generally odd, I fear we'd have almost no one left. None of the Arcana Association's goals has ever been stymied by a dramatic but awkwardly timed one-liner. Don't worry, we'd be happy to have you. Really? Yes, really. Also, I'm guessing this probably hasn't settled in yet because of how tired you are, but if we did reject your candidacy for the Arcana Association, you'd likely find it difficult to return to the Royal Society of Alchemy after that bold statement of resignation you issued today. We're not going to just leave you out in the cold. Oh, you're right. I had entirely forgotten about that until you mentioned it. That aside, I do have one question. Yeah. That aside, I do have one question. Laura tilts his head pensively, deep in thought. It's extremely rare for someone to handle Arcana as naturally as you did right from the start. Even after hearing a detailed explanation, most people struggle to really understand how they work. Does the Royal Society of Alchemy have direct access to our research? Frankly, I find it difficult to believe you reached this level of proficiency purely through independent study. Oh no, I didn't steal or otherwise access your classified research. If that's what you're wondering. I just did a lot of studying and experimentation on my own. I had no idea I had no idea it was even a formalized concept or that it was called Arcana until I met you. But I can prove I've done the research. Here, take a look at this. Oh, someone else here. Mikhail pulls a thick notebook from his waistband and hands it to you. Take a look at... Oh my god. Take a look at Mikhail's research notebook and see what he's written. Oh my god, where is it? You carefully open Mikhail's research notebook. Its pages are densely packed with notes and diagrams on the inner workings of firearms and theories on alchemical transmutation. You hold the notebook out toward Leora as though insisting he read it so you don't have to. He leans in, examining the fruits of Mikhail's research. What is that? My goodness, I mean, I knew your aptitude in the fundamentals of alchemy was a given, but you really attempted this degree of transmutation on your own? And you never told anyone? There's so much here. How to secure stability in firearm transmutations, key elements to maximize detonation yield? This is all extremely high-level theory. Oh, that's because this is notebook number 27. I left the other 26 at home. But starting with this one sort of whizzes past the basics and drops you in the deep end. And ignore that really tiny text, it's just a bunch of scribbles. Seriously, when did you find time to do all this? It's like you've done every bit of research you could possibly do. And you were doing all of this research while you were still working full-time with the Royal Society of Alchemy? Oh, well, it's not like I meant to. Sometimes I get in the zone and then time just flies. That's how I ended up getting these dark circles under my eyes. By the time I realized how deep I was getting into this study, I was only getting a few hours of sleep at night. Good grief. Alright, first things first, I'd like you to start getting some proper rest. You don't have to juggle this research with your commitments to the Royal Society of Alchemy anymore. As for this self-proclaimed just a bunch of scribbles, I couldn't help but notice this one that starts with the vengeful dragon's eyes flashed a lurid crimson, his roar shaking the very earth. That doesn't sound like it has anything to do with guns or alchemy. Ah, no, don't. Mikhail frantically snatches the notebook back. That was just some silly little thing I jotted down in the margins. Sometimes, when I'm awake in the small hours of the night, my imagination goes to some odd places. Why are you so flustered? Just a few minutes ago, you transmuted a gun longer than I am tall and shouted, what was again? Oh, instrument of death? Or something like that. Please don't remember that. I'm going to die of shame. Uh-huh. Well, let's continue this conversation back at the Arcana Association, shall we? Your status as a member of the Royal Society of Alchemy means your security clearance is as good as taken care of. So we can start discussing your future role and responsibilities. Gasp! You really mean it? I promise I'll give this everything I've got. No doubt. Let's get moving. Oh, and Isabel, take your time catching up with us. Mikhail and I have some contract matters to go over. Wait, do I have to literally walk back? Oh, come on. No, wait. I just remembered. That's why I still need like 3 more levels to this. There we go. Oh my god, come on. Feel free to refer to this document, which covers things in greater depth. Anyway, Mikhail, allow me to welcome you as the newest member of the Arcana Association. I'll do my best to provide the support you need so you can pursue your dreams. Huzzah! This may well be the best day of my life. I promise you. I'm going to give this my all. Oh, but there is one request I'd like to make of you. Could you keep it a secret that I've joined the Arcana Association? Not in perpetuity, of course, just for a while. The Arcana Association isn't so large that a member can just blend into the background. It would be difficult to keep it completely under wraps that Mikhail has joined the association, especially if people saw him coming and going from the room. You inquire why he wishes to keep that a secret. Well, it's mainly because of how sudden my departure from the Royal Society of Alchemy. I figured that if others learned the truth of things, they'd be disappointed in me. There's another reason as well, but do you think you could keep this a secret for now? Of course, in fact, that was on my list of things I wanted to discuss. Our association works on the castle grounds, serving at the behest of the crown. It could create problems for us if a rumor started going around that we knowingly poached a member of one of the other academic societies or associations here. I'm in agreement. Let's keep your membership just between members of the Arcana Association for now. But you didn't poach me. I came here entirely of my own will. That's technically true, but you know how rumors can take on a life all their own. If the story of the three of us dashing out of the royal library is somehow spread, that would only throw fuel on the fire of such allegations. You have a point. My apologies for causing trouble for you. It's no trouble at all. We just have to come up with a special measure to handle it. Some way to completely clear up any misunderstandings that might linger in the minds of others regarding you, your motivations, and our association's actions. While I take some time to think up a solution that will work for us, why don't you have a look around the room? This is our headquarters, so to speak, so you'll be spending a lot of time here. Consider it a resource center for your personal study and growth. Understood. You should spend some time chatting with Mikhail, Izawan. He seems as colorful as any of our members. Oh, and while I got you here, let me show you the crest for the gunsling arcana Mikhail used during his demonstration. I'm sure you'll be able to get the hang of it quickly, since you already have considerable experience wielding dual guns. But if you ever need any pointers, I'm sure Mikhail would be happy to oblige. Wait, does that mean Izamal and I will be using the same arcana then? As you nod your head, Mikhail pumps his fist, his expression bright. That's even grander than I could have hoped. If you ever need to know anything about firearms, I'll share whatever I know, anytime, day or night. To think I'd find someone who shares my favorite hobby. It seems the Arcana Association really is a place where I can chart my own course. My thanks in helping persuade Mikhail. Honestly, having you along really helped smooth out the whole recruitment process. Mikhail has joined the Arcana Association. Together you can delve deeper into the Arsenal Gunner Arcana talent, of which he has proven a paragon. Oh my gosh, we got a new one. Okay. Okay, that's finally done. Learn the Calamity Cannon skill. Bullet Barrage. Wait, it didn't change? No, I thought it would automatically change. Let me see. Can I do this? Interesting. Though I probably won't stick with that for an... Yeah. Okay, so that's Arsenal Gunner unlocked. Probably work on that later.